Lynkle, the digital business card that grows your network. Instantly share who you are with anyone, anywhere. Get started for free. First of all, on the landing page, first impression, I think you know what you're doing, especially when it comes to the landing page, because this is super clean, so simple, so focused. One CTA, gets started for free. Like, you have really impressive industry leader testimonials, and you have a demo, right? Really simple demo. That's like, oh, okay, like this is what it is. It makes it work. The only thing, and this is getting nitpicky, would be like, it would be good to get some sense of the pricing structure on the main page, because I agree with you. The free pricing is quite compelling, right? For most people, all you're going to need is the free. And so it might be helpful to have something on the main page, but like, again, I think this is getting nitpicky. So let's get into it. Okay, so we have a very standard Google Auth login process. You have no cards, create card, contacts, choose plan, and settings. So I'm gonna try out the free features first, and then I'm gonna get the paid plan and see what that feels like. So let's create a card. I love this. Again, I think you know what you're doing here. You know, when you say add X, you have the username instead of like a URL, and it's like logoed properly and it's prompted properly. Yeah, I think you know what you're doing. Let's add an image and a logo. Then you just have an image and a logo. The colors are a pro feature. Okay. Claim your handle. Okay. And I can allow Google to index. Got it. So I create my Lynkle. And then it just sends me here, engagements. Okay. This is like an analytics feature, I'm guessing. And then an email signature. Got it. Send sends me to QR code and a bunch of these cards. And nothing else has changed otherwise. Cool. Okay. I do remember seeing that you can get the thing on the phone. So let me try and get the Lynkle card on my phone. So it's just the same thing, and I just log in, and there we go. Add to Apple Wallet. Pretty straightforward. So I can just add it, and we're done. And when you pull it up, it looks like this, and you have the QR code so that people can scan. Cool, really simple. Let's try the QR code from the recipient side. So if I just pull up, very nice. Okay, really simple. And I can save the contact. It saves everything. Or I can share my details. Okay, what happens if I share my details and I don't have access to the paid plan? Do I need to? Guess not. Okay. I just sent my details. It was a test detail. Do I get any kind of indication that that has happened? No, I do not. Okay. That could be a good way to incentivize people to switch over to the paid plan. If you've got a bunch of notifications saying, oh, you've got 5 new contacts, and you can see them once you switch to the contacts plan. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think this is cool, so I'm going to go for the yearly plan. Nice. And now we have the paid plan. So let's try this out. Different colors. Background color I can change. Sure. Flamingo pink, whatever you want to call it. Accent color, let's make it black. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Contacts. Okay. There we go. So me sending that out, and then someone responding, and then me upgrading does save the test contact that I sent in. I can't actually I can't delete. That'll be a good thing to have. I would like to be able to delete my contact info, but otherwise I think it's cool. It's going to bother me that I can't actually delete my contact info here. So if we get that feature implemented, that would be cool. Okay, here's a bit of a summary of my thoughts. So number 1 is stuff like this, like, it's cool, but this only benefits me, right? And the point of a business card is that I'm giving it to someone else so that it makes my business look good, right? So it's not just about convenience for me, but about kind of that network effect that you do touch on with the contacts. But I think this is really, really powerful, and I would love to be able to do more with this. And I think if you're trying to grow, then you're going to need that network effect, right? So if we go back here, like why do you put these names up here, right? I'm not sure where your intentions are with Lynkle, but if you want to go the enterprise route, which I don't know why you wouldn't, maybe you can convince me otherwise, but I'll definitely consider the enterprise route. But the whole point of enterprises and networks and business cards is that you have a network of people that you can call on. And so anything that makes that easier, anything that leverages that network effect is going to be really crucial. So to me, this is a big oversight. Like the fact that I can't do anything with this, like I can't, for example, invite this person to join Lynkle so that I can add them to their network, right? So if I'm thinking about use cases, let's say like a network event or some kind of a conference that I go to, right? Like if you sponsor a conference, if it's a Lynkle sponsored networking event or a conference, and everyone is encouraged to use the thing, and you can like look at people within the organization that you connected with, and you have like a, I don't know, some kind of a visualization or some kind of a list, some kind of a way where you can filter and go through the contacts that you've shared. I think that's going to be really helpful. Engagements, maybe this is helpful in terms of like if you're sending it out to lots of people, if you're like some kind of outbound sales rep and you need to keep track of like what card is doing well, then maybe it's helpful for like an A/B testing perspective. But like this isn't really how I would use it. What I care more about is this, which seems to be the least developed feature. And I think if you want to grow rapidly, then you need to have some kind of a network benefit, right? Like it can't just benefit me. It has to benefit the person that I'm sharing this thing to. And so, for example, like if I'm at a conference and I network with a bunch of people and I have a bunch of contacts, then maybe I can like filter by event or filter by conference, or I can filter by company and like see the different members of that company that I'm connected to. And you can see like, oh, this person knows the other person, right? Like it's the basic social network thing. I think you're building kind of a social network with an offline acquisition channel. It's like a link between LinkedIn and business cards, right? So anything that gets it closer to that sort of second part, which is that LinkedIn part, I think it's going to be really cool. And then in terms of growth, you know, you've already got some really impressive clients, but like if you have some kind of a structure that encourages enterprise level signups, then I don't see why they wouldn't, right? Like they want people to be on brand. I'm sure a lot of big enterprises already have like standardized email footers that they use anyways. So if you can make it kind of appeal to that client base, then I think that would be really cool. I like the Berkeley play at University of California, Berkeley, because, you know, colleges send out like thousands of new emails every single year. So if you can convince them to standardize, then that could be worth doing as well. Second point is around the pricing structure. So this I don't really get, up to 3 business cards. So like how many business cards do you really expect someone to use? And is it really that big of a constraint for you, right? Because unlimited business cards is a much more attractive proposition than 1 business card to 3 business cards. And if it doesn't actually add that much to you on the back end, then I don't see why you wouldn't do this. Number 2 is I can see that you're kind of starting to tap in, right? Tap and share. You're like trying to make the front end easier of like actually sharing the tag, which I get. And I think NFC tags are going to be cool. But again, like the back end thing of you can build your own network. It's like a CRM almost. But like the CRM part isn't really built out very well. So anything that can kind of tap into that CRM social network element of things, I think is going to be really powerful. And yeah, like growth through enterprise level, meaning the pricing structure could maybe be like £3 per month per seat, right? Or at enterprise level, like $1 per month per seat. Like if you have 10,000 clients or 10,000 employees, you're probably not going to pay $3 per month for something that you could get for free. So like the value add has to be there, right? So I would focus on, what do you actually want this thing to be, right? Do you want this thing to be like an offline LinkedIn, or like the LinkedIn of the future of business cards with the added feature of like the social networks? Because that's why people use LinkedIn so much, right? Like, because you can actually share, you can connect, and it's a really simple thing. So like, I don't think your competitor is business cards necessarily, but more these other like business networking, social event things. And obviously it's really difficult to compete with LinkedIn. So I wonder if there's a benefit to looking at any other software that does events, like networking on events. I wonder if you can sponsor an event, if you can get everyone to like use this in an event. Yeah, those are just some thoughts off the top of my head. I hope that's helpful.